Yeah, go. Go to baby Jesus. You found it. Where's the baby? Another king?
It's an orphan dog.
That's the light.
I noticed that.
It's the king. Hey, so bit of a different vlog today. It's night time. That's because this was the only time we could shoot. Hey, Philip. And the kids are joining me. You gonna stay here with me?
Yeah.
You can run around if you want.
I'm gonna tell. Hey, I'd rather. Hey, if you're interested in Lego City Undercover, you play video games, which can only destroy other brick crate and stuff.
Okay.
Also,
Cool. Manu.
Totally
Don't
destroy
touch the camera. Do not touch the camera.
You can literally destroy stuff with a literal brick building, with a literal brick wrecking ball.
All right.
Wrecking ball machine.
Thanks, Philip. Thanks, Manu. Okay. Alright, so like I said, it's a bit of a different vlog. We're with the kids. And we try to do this from time to time, to walk around with them and point out the Christmas lights. And the other night, I was walking with Manu. And Manu pointed at the house with Christmas lights. Pretty nice. Okay naman. Nothing special, like nothing I haven't seen before. But maganda naman. It was nice. And he said, "Wow, Papa, amazing." And I remember thinking, like feeling that lack of a reaction in myself. Like, yeah, it's a Christmas light. Seeing my kids, our kids, act this way, like super happy, super excited about Christmas, is such a big contrast to my lack of excitement. When I was a kid, I was so easily excited for Christmas. Always. I knew exactly when I would feel it, even. I knew when. It would begin on a Sunday at church when our worship leader, Pastor Joel Barrios, would sing, "O Come All Ye Faithful." And the moment he sang that on a Sunday morning, that was the sign in my preteen and teenage brain that it's Christmas time. Time to feel it. And then the feeling would continue. There would be Christmas parties, our family would start decorating, I would be shopping for gifts for my brothers, I'd be wondering what gifts people would buy me. Yeah, all of it culminating, of course, in Noche Buena and the next day and all of the eating, all of the parties. I knew that before, but it's not as automatic for me now. And maybe you feel the same way, right? Maybe you feel, and a lot of people do actually, people who have messaged me, who I've talked to, who just feel like I'm not as excited, and I feel like there's something wrong with the fact that I'm not as excited. I should be more excited. What do I do about that? There's lots of psychological and simple reasons for explaining that. We were more excited about Christmas when we were younger because we had less problems. We were more excited about Christmas because our families were more together. Families don't become more together over time. They just tend to either drift apart or people will pass away. It's just a reality. So it's expected that you won't be as excited as you used to be. But what do we do when we feel like we should be? And that's what I wanted to make this short vlog about. What do we do with that thought, that feeling that I'm supposed to feel more excited, I'm supposed to be happier about this? And I think that sense of supposed to, of feeling like I should, adds, in fact, it worsens the situation. So that's the question. What do we do when we don't feel like celebrating Christmas? I think number one, the first thing I would say is don't force the feeling. Don't force it. You don't want to? Then don't. Stop. Okay? Too many times, people go to, I should feel this, I ought to feel that, but everybody feels that. Okay, then that's them. It's okay, Philip. Of course, you're going to need to take a bath again.
Why? No, I didn't take a bath in Special.
Well, you had it all over your eyes, right?
Yeah.
What if it's in some other parts?
Fine. It's fine.
All right. Thanks, Philip. Okay. Don't do it. If you don't feel Christmas, don't do it. And too often we jump into what we should feel instead of what we do feel. I'm not saying to be driven by your feelings, all right? But we must acknowledge them if we already feel them. So often, we try to fight feelings with shoulds and shouldn'ts. Is that effective? Have you found that to be effective? Diba? I'm not supposed to be angry. I'm not supposed to be angry. I'm not supposed to, but you are angry. Diba? I'm not supposed to be sad. I'm not supposed to be sad, but you are sad. I shouldn't have a crush on her. I shouldn't have a crush on him. How's that working out for you? No, there is a way to deal with feelings, but it doesn't start with denying them. So don't force the feeling. If you don't feel it, then don't feel it. That's it. Start there, and that's fine. Stop trying to make yourself get there. Second thing I want to say though, so often for this holiday season, people, they say, I don't feel it na nga. And then secondly, I'm being forced to celebrate, to go to parties, to go to Noche Buenas and things like that. Second thing I would say is, don't do anything you don't want to do or don't have to do. Right? There are things you have to do, okay? Like unless you completely want to avoid all family reunions together, like you might have to go there. But don't stay longer than you feel like you have to get the job done. If you don't want to jump and be married, then don't do it. What are we talking about? Bakit kailangang gayahin lahat yan? And I think all of that forcing adds to the pain, adds to the difficulty. You know, there's a very helpful school of thought called family systems theory. And I will vlog about that one of these days. But for now, I'm just going to link to it in the show notes, a time when I discussed this in a podcast. And basically, the part of it that I want to highlight here is we must find out what we are really responsible for. And if we are only responsible for things that other people tell us to do, that, oh, you're supposed to go to this, you're supposed to sing and dance, you're supposed to perform for the whole family. But if you don't really know that in your heart, you don't really have it in your mind that I will do this, then the whole time you're doing it, you're just forced, you're just irritated, and then you're gonna feel worse. Diba? So, no, we must know that we have the freedom to say no to things that we don't have to do. Now, there are things you have to do, diba? If you work for a company and they have a Christmas party and you're supposed to dance for them to keep your job, well, unless you're prepared to lose your job, diba? Sumayaw ka na lang. But beyond that, you have the option to say no. But thirdly, when it comes to getting into the Christmas spirit, whatever you want to call it, you know what is most effective for me, and you know, our life has been full of that, Carla's and mine. So many times some years we get it, okay? Some years there's a pretty steady year and we're gonna have Christmas decor early, Christmas shopping done right, people coming over to the house and we're able to host them, and it feels so Christmassy. Some years have been like that. A number of years haven't though. For some reason, I don't know why, but we always transfer houses during Christmas time. I don't know why we do that. But for some reason, 3 years already, naglilipat kami ng bahay. We've been moving to a different house. A lot of years we're traveling. And so we'll get back and it's December 17, December 18, and there's no decor in the house, and that's the only time we're going to do it. Yeah, so the feeling isn't there. The normal practices aren't there. Or even if the normal practices aren't there, they don't elicit the same feelings. But what has helped me is to go back to the fundamentals, to go back to the basics. What is worth celebrating? Okay, so I'm not going to have as big a feast. I'm not going to be able to buy all the gifts I want to buy. We don't have the decor in the house. I don't have as many parties as I'm used to. Okay, but what is worth celebrating? And one thing that really comes to mind for me is the fact that Jesus came to be with us. Matthew 1:23 says, "And the virgin shall conceive and give birth to a son, and he will be called Emmanuel," which means God with us. That's worth celebrating. God's with me. Maybe that will help you, you know? I don't feel like celebrating. I feel like I'm the only one who doesn't feel like celebrating. I feel like I'm alone in this. No, you aren't. God's with you. It's so funny how people will say, I don't feel the Christmas spirit. I don't feel like being perfect or being happy all the time. And you're like, where did that come from? That's the Christmas spirit. That is not the Christmas spirit. You look at the Christmas story in Matthew, in Luke. It is not full of happy all the time. It is not full of comfort all the time. It's full of pain. It's full of risk. It's full of danger. It's full of uncertainty. Maybe it's more like your Christmas now. We were praying this morning with some of our staff and pastors in church. And one of them expressed it beautifully. He said, sometimes I don't feel like praying to God because I feel like, Lord, kasalanan ko naman to. This is my fault. But pa kita idadamay? Why would I pull you in to my problems? And this is my fault. And you know what Christmas is? It's a time to realize that you're not pulling God into your problems. He already entered. He already entered. That's what incarnation is. That Christmas is God not waiting to be pulled into our problems. He became human in the flesh, incarnate. Incarnation is what we're talking about. In the flesh to be with us, to be pulled into our problems. So if any time we wonder, does God care? Will God notice someone like me? Will God be willing to enter my situation? Christmas is the time to remember, yeah, the answer is yes. Yes, yes, 1,000 times yes. That's something worth celebrating. And without fail, that does it for me. I don't force the feeling. Honestly, some Christmases, I didn't feel it till the 24th. Or it's like, patapos na ngayon Noche Buena, and I'm like, God, I'm just so busy, I'm so tired. I need a moment with you, na tayo lang. Some years I feel it from the very beginning, but don't force the feeling. You know, you have it, you don't have it, forget that. Your feelings will follow. But go back to the basics. What is worth celebrating? What is worth being happy about? What is worth taking hope in? I don't often share my sermons from Victory Santa Rosa here in the vlog. But I think there's one, the one I preached last Sunday might be relevant for that. So I'm going to link it in the description below. I don't often do that because I don't want people to get the impression that this vlog is a commercial for that. No, this vlog is this vlog. I'm just trying to serve people through this vlog. But I feel like last Sunday's message might be helpful, so I'll put that in the description below. And I pray if that's you, someone who's not really feeling it, that you'll stop pressuring yourself and that you will stay away from or mute or minimize the voices in your life that are trying to make you feel something. Instead, go back to what God's telling you and find the unforgettable reasons that are worth celebrating. Meron yan. Meron yan. Dear Lord, please help us. I don't know how you want us to celebrate this year, but whatever the way it is, Lord, that we will encounter you. Whether we encounter you in a super joy-filled, happiness-filled, pure celebration, Lord, almost like nilalanggam kami sa tamis, Lord, of celebration, then great, may it be so. And if instead, Lord, it's a mix of darkness, of bitterness, of disappointment, let us find, Lord, that unquenchable light, that undying hope, that persistent joy through it all anyway. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, come here. Don't touch the camera.
Goodbye, and I hope you love the
Say bye.
Bye. Bye.
Say Merry Christmas.
Merry
Ah!